So we hoof it to Wakango's villa. Best service I've ever seen since Nam Officer's mess. Wakango's servants keep the tucker coming. Thistle, the greedy bastard, finally eats too much, looking like a stuffed dingo. Upstairs, Syndra's bedridden. Getting worse, poor Sheila. But the jungle, nobody knows what's out there anymore. Exploration's banned, and the fist'll nab anyone who tries. There's talk of a lost city of druids that turn into snakes. The fuck you on about? F knows why anyone want that. We reckon joining a Flaming Fist boat patrol around the island's our best bet. Sneak into the jungle's heart from another port. So we crash in the humble digs, lavish as a brass hat's bunker. Come morning, we decide to get a jump of the day and head to the Executioner's Run to check those dino races.
Waking up, I do a couple stretches, pop my arm back into place, find a bathroom. Empty from last night's smorgasbord, and
that was a lot of crab. I'm hungry now.
Immediately, there's a knock on the door.
So I was gonna say, you're probably gonna be on the washroom for a few hours with what you ate.
I have a mighty need to use the restroom once again.
Are we bringing Hackenstone to it?
We're going to meet Hackenstone right now. Yeah. I don't want to keep him waiting. Well, I mean, we paid him, so he has to do what we tell him, but still.
Before we go there, I will turn to Calva and say,
Jim, can I talk to Calva, please?
Have you just accepted this at this point, or?
Jim comes out of stealth.
What shall it be?
Big favor, these guys get lost super easily. Let's try to keep them as close to the path as we can, because I don't think we can waste any more time getting lost.
Yeah, that sounds good. Jim will be keeping an eye.
So you want to head out to the old city, or go and get Hugh first?
Kale will fly ahead, and I'll have him meet us at the Executioner's Room.
That's a right good idea there, Kale. Have him come to us.
I'll send Jim with Kale.
Right after Thistle told him not to leave us.
Well, he's invisible, so.
As far as Thistle's concerned, Jim is right there.
He turned invisible? He's doing exactly as I asked. He's a good friend. I have good friends.
You managed to get just outside the gate of the large wall. There's a couple of large pyramids, a large trench further down the road.
Those are cigarettes. Push my glasses up my nose a bit.
Please explain to me the difference.
I think I'll defer to Seb on this one.
Specifically, pyramids were monumental tombs for pharaohs, symbolizing resurrection and divine kingship, while ziggurats were stepped temple platforms designed to bring gods down to earth for worship.
They are, in fact, all ziggurats.
Fantastic. So this is what they call the old city. I had a chinwag with some gazzers down at the docks when Thistle was gobbing onto that fancy book bastard. Every fucking Charlie we've been tipped off about seems to end up here. I reckon at night this cluster light's a right piss up. Reminds me of Saigon on a... well...
Is there anybody we can shake down?
There's people around.
Oh, crikey, this place a bloody shit fight. Alright, Calva, we're looking for a bloke named Buddy Weiser. He may not point us to Taban right off, but it's first step.
You know what I'd like doing? Not paying my protection fees off.
Alright, let's check out this place then. Make some friends.
Why are the walls crunchy?
Bruce is very comfortable. Oi mate, how you going? We're new to town. What's good around here?
Around here? Nothing's good. But if you got coin, it'll get you drunk.
What about information?
I could have something. Hands might get dirty though.
Crom! You think we got what he needs?
I don't know. Let's see. He cracks his knuckles.
Well, there's plenty of opportunities. They got races in the city and the executioners run here. Locals like to wager on the winner, but sometimes don't want to pay when they lose. They could always use some extra muscle.
Setting things right is what we do.
That's right, we're the setting right friends. Ha!
I hear there's some races today. I bet you there'll be some pretty hefty wages being put down and maybe a few folks that shouldn't be there.
If you want to work the race scene, you'll have to talk to Kale. He's probably sneaking around this old city somewhere.
This is the job that you were hired for when the first day I think it was the first day she offered you 50 gold to collect a 500 gold debt. Yeah, because it seems she hires, adventurers to go track you down and get the money back.
Sounds like that kind of work.
Thistle just tries to remain stoic and lean in.
Jim, is that a lot of money?
Yes.
One lead on a bloke that's dodging his loans, but any other leads you can give us would be great.
What happens at the Executioner's Run?
Well, the Executioner's Run is where we test criminals. We toss them in the street pit. They take on hookers and traps and try to survive. Sometimes they make it out.
So this obstacle course that people don't make it out of. Tell me more.
Did you want to know more?
You want to know more?
Would you like to know more?
No, I have not read the book. Yes, I've only seen the movie. Yes, I'm aware the movie and the book have nothing in common.
Well, what does that have to do with it?
No. He's got a point.
A couple winners have become famous gladiators. Sometimes people commit crimes just to get thrown in again. I'm not one to get in the way of a little fun.
Before Thistle
Above
volunteers.
table, I'm not super keen about encouraging Thistle to commit a crime.
Oh boy, Thistle committed a crime. Okay.
They can certainly bet on someone to die, but you'll get a better payout on a winner.
Can you bet on the dinosaurs? Like the Murdersaurus has like a 10-year stretch of always winning?
Our bookies are willing to take odds on almost anyone.
On a bit of a different note, you ever get any of those flaming fist blokes in here?
Aye, the Flaming Fist tends to keep out to the old city. At least as far as any of their superiors know.
The Flaming Fist, that's the law, right?
They're just a bunch of grieve robbers. But everyone's got to make a living. I'm not one to judge.
I hear you. That's about what we've heard about them too, but what about you in this establishment? Anyone ever threaten to burn the place down or start any fights or give you any trouble?
There's fights here every night. They don't give me any trouble though.
Good to hear. Well, we won't either. Appreciate your time.
I think we've asked enough questions.
Righto, little bloke. Yep, we're heading out.
As we leave, I look at the person and go, okay.
Just to get some money, can we just go break some guy's kneecaps and get paid, please?
As
After the run.
Thistle says that, Kale lands.
It's the first thing he hears.
Leave you guys alone for 5 minutes and you're already in trouble.
Not in trouble. Bruce got us a job. All we have to do is apparently wait for nightfall. I don't know if we want to wait here. This place is kind of icky. Break someone's kneecaps, we get 50 gold, which Calva, Jim have assured me is a lot of money. Kneecaps. We want to break them.
Yes, we can absolutely break people in half, but only the bad people.
If they owe money, they're bad people, right?
Unless they have the little kids and they're starving.
Right, turns out they've got dino races, they got this prisoner's execution run. I think you know as well as I do that might drum up some shady business, so this bloke over here has let us know that we might have a bit of a part in setting things straight for a little coin. He's so many, because like we're clearly started a conspiracy ring while he's been gone.
That collection in of itself isn't inherently bad. How you go about doing it matters.
Okay, so we've been hired by the bartender of this establishment to collect debt after the events of the evening. Is that right?
No, the bartender simply told us that there would be opportunities to do that. If we're around to stop things from going to high hell, he would appreciate it. But as for now, the only one that's hired us is Kalau, that woman who wants us to find Taban.
Kale just kind of like shakes his head. All right, so we're doing protection work or peacekeeping work. Got it.
Peacekeeping work, yeah.
It's more extortion. Oh, never
Shut the fuck up, Thistle! Bruce immediately like, Crom, I think Thistle dropped something over there.
All right, so
we have to like divide the Thistle management duties.
Surprise! I've turned D&D into a resource management game.
Thistle of Annihilation.
Thistle of Annihilation.
The Tomb of Thistle.
So anyway, to give further information to Kale, there's a couple of big events going on. They've got this executioner's run obstacle course. They send their death row inmates. If they make it out, they get, I guess, a reward or go free or whatever, and some of them don't.
I don't think you would like that one. They kill a lot of people with that one.
It's a bit dark, but lots of people like to bet on it too. We don't want to encourage anything they're doing, but if we can offer our services to keep things from getting a little out of hand, then they would appreciate it.
Kale, you see right through Bruce's embellishments.
all right. Guess I better stick around and make sure you guys don't get into any kind of trouble.
The ends always justify the means because friends are friends.
Kale is now very unsure whether he needs to stick closer to Thistle or Bruce.
A few moments later, we could head to the market district and check out the dino races and meet Hugh on the way. Then Executioner's Run, then Boat.
Yes, the boat.
If any of the Flaming Fists are off duty and doing things that are illegal, Certainly not letting anyone know that they're part of the Flaming Fist. There might be some... Let's add blackmail to the list of the other things.
Yay, we're going to do something fun.
It's not a crime the first time.
Okay, Nam really messed Bruce up, okay? It's nothing but organized crime to survive there.
You come out of the tavern and you see there are work crews abustle, clearing the streets and setting up barriers and streamers and flags all around.
So these are those bloody dino races he was on about.
The party looks on, blindly, staring at
Blankly staring.
the booth. Unsure of who he's
Crom has a silent stroke. The doctor.
Kale is quietly sitting in the corner, meditating.
You turn around and Thistle is flying away. He's like,
I've been taken by the city guards for some reason.
I want to find out who has the money, and I want to go make friends.
You can tell that the track simply makes a bend and goes back into the city around here.
do I see a worker?
You see a worker who seems to have his arms filled with lumber.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, hi, friend.
He doesn't quite see you, so he kind of half trips over you, dropping the lumber to the side.
So I have questions about the race. Hey, come back. No, don't worry. The wood's not going anywhere.
I'm very busy. What do you want?
Do the dinosaurs go in the city, or do they come here? Can I go in the city? Can I stay here? Where do the dinosaurs come? Where do they go? Where do you come from, Cotton Eye Jeff?
Damn it, you beat me to it.
Give me a quick persuasion check at advantage. What are you, blind? Can't you see us setting up the track? It wraps all around the city.
We want to know the best place for us to stand, and also can we help set up? Do we get paid for this? Can we get paid for this?
Turn back to Bruce.
Should we get paid for this?
We're filled up with workers here, but they're always short-handed in the Grand Suit. I don't know why they never book enough workers for there, so if you want to help out, go see the supervisor of the Grand Suit. You can't miss him. He's got a white hat.
Oh, why, thank you. You know, you've been very helpful.
Turn back to Bruce.
Grand Suit.
All right, mates, I reckon we bunk off this cluster before the Arvo hits. We got a pretty good team here. Let's go win a dino race.
You find that there's a rather dense crowd kind of slowing you down just past the city gate.
Get out of my way now!
Make way, get out of the way.
Make
Let
way
me through.
Get out of the way now!
Gateway,
anyway.
hot soup.
Hot soup?
Your sudden booming voice causes a few people around you to start to move out of the way. You hear a lot of people murmuring about the name Tyrek.
Thistle would be probably getting annoyed that he gets ahead of everyone because his short stature makes it so he can pass through easily. And then he has to double back to make sure he's not losing people.
Bruce, Crom, Jim, you're taking too long.
Right, we're just trying to get a lay of the land on our way there. Looks like this place has gathered quite a crowd. I think we got some out-of-towners here, too.
We're out-of-towners. Also, I keep hearing the name Tyrek. Tyrek is a jockey of some kind.
Tyrek.
I'm going to forget what that means in like 5 seconds.
I'm gonna send Jim to fly up in the air invisible and just keep an eye on where Thistle is.
You hear the roar of the crowd start to rise, and you see coming around the corner in the distance some dinosaurs and a number of people walking with them.
Does Tyrex Podracer, dinosaur, sound like...
Thistle will run over to Crom and Bruce and grab them by the arms.
They move in herds.
Looks like we got some kind of carnival procession going on here. Hey, Crom, since little guy never asks permission, maybe you don't mind if he climbs on your back?
That's one little man.
Okay, Bruce, go ahead and ride him.
I can see just fine, mate.
But I'm not the little man here.
You know what? You just stay right down there, then.
You'll have to peer over my shoulders.
Fucking prick.
The crowd is starting to chant, Tyrek, Tyrek, Tyrek. Everybody give me a perception check.
Crom, open your eyes. No, your other eyes.
The dinosaur is walking along or kicking up a bit of dust.
It's in my eye.
Why didn't my muscles protect me from the dust?
They do nothing, the goggle.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
Bruce and Thistle, you notice a shadowy figure emerge a couple stories up. Fire some sort of projectile. hits one of the saddle straps of one of the dinosaurs. The jockey falls off his dinosaur, hitting the ground.
And you saw that, right?
Some troublemakers.
Why don't we talk to them? Maybe they know something we don't?
I think that sounds like a right good idea.
I have those sometimes.
Then I start to make my way over, like we have just agreed we're doing this a lot.
That you do, mate. I'm going to stand here and watch, for your safety.
I kick the door down and
It creaks slightly, but it doesn't break open.
Oh, right. It's a pull.
I try to open the door.
Stupid pull, push doors. They should really need to make a sign for these stupid things.
And then I'll walk up the stairs.
Better go catch up with him. Who knows what he's getting into?
Well, I saw Thistle and I saw a guy taking a crack at some of these parade goers, and Thistle ran up. Not quite sure what's going on, though.
Sounds like we should get up there.
Yes.
I'll just ask Jim to keep track of him and guide me to him.
Thistle, it appears to be a bedroom, similar to like an inn room. This is some form of boarding house.
I'm following along with Thistle because I know if he gets into trouble, it'll be enjoyable.
Oh, you're coming with me this time. We need to go upstairs. I don't know how to do that.
The only way up there is either climb up with a ladder or come in from another building.
What was that, Bruce?
I went around and there's no other way in and no stairs, so...
I'm just going to open all the doors
Start
here
opening
and then
cupboards.
have stairs that go up.
Every door reveals another room, much like the last, with the exception of the third door on the right, which is locked.
A locked door. Well, I think we need the Thistle knock spell.
I don't think you guys believe in locked doors, so I'm going to let you handle this one.
I don't identify with locked doors. But, Crom, kick.
What's the magic word, little man?
Flurganugan?
Oh, okay. Sure.
The door slams open, revealing what appears to be a supply closet. There's extra towels and little mini soaps, boxes and sheets, and a few other sundries.
Which magic afoot?
What kind of material does the ceiling look like it's made out of?
We can't get up to the third floor. We're going to bring the third floor down to us.
No. I'm going to say,
Crom, you stand here. Flurganugan.
you can climb on the back of Crom, and with Julie, I'm going to attack the ceiling and make a hole.
What the bloody fuck you think you're doing, you daft blood?
It's coming right for me.
Does a 23 hit the unmoving ceiling?
23 does hit. The whole building kind of rattles a little bit. You turn around and you see a small hatch and a ladder with a large thump falls down from the ceiling. Thistle, you're convinced you had found a secret button.
Yeah.
And you're astounded by your own genius.
Brilliant. So Bruce has taken advantage of Thistle's clever mastercraftery and has already scooted up the ladder. My intent is to try to head off any threats that Thistle might be pushing his way through the ceiling to, but... Alright, some kind of storage room up here. Crom, I don't think you're going to get up here, mate. You might have to go back downstairs and make sure nobody else comes in after us.
Kale's going to hang out with Crom. He's not too keen on squeezing through a tight hatch into a cramped attic.
Well, I'll have a look in the bedrooms and see what I can find in terms of, useful / valuable things.
In each of the bedside tables of the bedrooms, there's an identical book. A nice book. It's pretty thick. It's got a lot of pages to it. Placed here by the followers of Zevras.
That is the god from the Temple of Knowledge that we were in before. Crom wouldn't know that, actually. He was too busy staring at the ceiling.
I feel enlightened already. How terribly distracting. Where's the violence?
There's some in Exodus.
I want it's my book now. It belongs to Crom.
Crom steals the Bible in the hotel. Ooh.
Meanwhile, Thistle's walking with 6 coffee makers. Going, what?
Thistle cleared out the mini fridge in the room.
You can't call it a mini fridge. That's slander against many people like myself. I need to speak to a manager.
I'll go up the ladder.
Look for more secret buttons. They're all over the place.
How do you reckon the bloke got out? He was up here. He took the shot from this window.
I assume he escaped out one of the windows, maybe had a rope to get down.
Well, bugger. Looks like the bastard got away with it. I reckon there's no sense running down every dodger lingo we spot. Alright, Thistle, let's go catch up with those dinos.